Hey, it's Noelle CoStar here with NoWellness.com. It's super late. I was just setting up for my day tomorrow. I'm seeing healing clients all day. And, I had my cards out and I thought, hey, why not? Let me get on here and record a little message and put it out to all of you to just welcome in spring. How awesome that the seasons change and continue to remind us that there's different energy for all the different times of our lives, and that each cycle is important and on purpose. And so some of you may be in phases of your life where you are feeling the strain of not being maybe where you want. Maybe you're not in the bloom. Just be excited that you're in the stage of becoming a new growth, of having springs shooting from you. A lot of people ask me how often, we should get readings. And for me, I like to do most things at the change of the seasons. It is a great time to have a ritual of some kind. I like to re-grid my whole house with crystals. I take all my crystals up, I clean them, I put them back out around my house. I love to go through all of the things in the house and declutter and get rid of stuff and make way for what's coming, the new things that are arriving with this time. And I love to do readings and energy work at least quarterly. If you are getting a reading, if you are getting an energy healing quarterly, then you know that you're moving forward in your life in probably your best energetic self, But I will say a lot of times people that have cards of their own, people that have pendulums, sometimes get caught up in asking and asking and asking. And even if you don't have those things, I've seen people go to mediums and psychics all over the place, sometimes in an overly way. And you can get lost here, giving your power away to somebody else as the authority figure in your life. You have your own guidance system. And, if you want to learn how to unlock that and really tap into your intuitive nature, your spiritual essence, we're all here being humans, but we have this spiritual side, and we're waking up to those abilities more than ever right now on the planet. So I'm teaching a class. It's called Intuitive Me, and it starts on April 5th. So if you're interested, pop on over to my website and check out some details. I'd love to have you in the class. It's a limited amount of students, but let's go ahead and do a little reading here, okay? So I have my Wheel of Light cards. I love these cards, especially when it is those turning of the season, the equinox, the solstices. Okay, so I'm just gonna shuffle my cards, clear the energy out, and just invite the light. Just invite God to surround and uplift this reading. And for everybody who's watching this, for the community that this is going to be presented to, what do we most need to know about this coming season? What do we most need to put our energy into? Okay, so this is the first card here. It's the Six of Swords. And this is what's leaving right now. This is what is leaving. And it's interesting because this is actually a card of leaving. So what we are departing from is, trying times where our mental energy has been exhausted, times where it has felt like a lot to overcome mentally. The winter has been tough for a lot of people. we're blessed, those of you that are watching this in Florida, because we have the sunshine here constantly. And so it definitely is very uplifting in a way that it's not in a lot of parts of the world. So this is something that's happening. A lot of people are also taking trips, trying to get to where the water is, which is good. And this is what's been going on. And now, this is what we most need to focus on as we're changing and having the change of the seasons, is the High Priestess. Ooh, you know, really working on coming to grips with what's behind the veil. You know, what can we connect to that is part of our spiritual essence? All of the wisdom you can see here, she's sitting on a crescent moon. She has the Torah open, you know, she's exploring all of the spiritual wisdom of the world and can relate to the other side. And that's just so much about what's cool about what's happening right now, is that there is this, you know, veil that's here for the most part, and it is being thinned and lifted in ways that people are having huge awakenings in their life. And that is what spring right now, this time, is going to be about so much. Okay, and lastly here, what we're walking towards this spring is the Two of Wands upside down. Okay, so this card wants to just let you know that some of your plans, some of the things that you're trying to sow, the seeds that you're sowing in business, in partnership, in the things that you're physically doing and acting in right now, some of these things may take longer, and you might change your mind about them as you're headed in to spring here, because some of the grand ideas that we acted upon in our feeling nature through the winter, now that the actual action and activity is taking place surrounding these things, it's okay to change your mind. You know, it is okay to go ahead and move in a different direction. It's still movement, and it might not be happening as fast as you want it to be happening, but I definitely believe that we are headed into a time where there's going to be a lot more growth and prosperity. So focus right now on your spiritual nature. It's so important to do so, especially as we are becoming much more sensitive. All right, I love you. Have a great spring. And I just quickly, if you want to stay around for this part, I have these new cards that one of my friends, Stacy, bought me for Christmas, and they're just beautiful. I love them. They're called Runes from Modern Life. And so we're just going to say, which rune do we need to understand to move forward and have a positive spring? Fehu. Fehu. I love this card. It looks very prosperous and lush, doesn't it? All right, let's see what it says. Fehu. The meaning is prosperity. This rune card signifies wealth, material possessions, and success in business. Owning cattle was a sign of wealth at ancient times, and this inevitably focuses interpretation of the rune's meanings on matter concerning money, property, new income sources. However, it can also indicate forms of wealth that money cannot buy, such as good health, love, and happiness. This card serves as a reminder to be grateful for the things in our lives that we may be taking for granted. The need for generosity, sharing your good fortune, or taking time out to help others is another facet of this rune. Feihu symbolizes exciting new beginnings. This new beginning could be a new business venture, but it could also point to the need to define your life less by outwardly show and more by the things that are priceless. And it's interesting because we had the high priestess as well, and she embodies that, kind of moving away from here, what's on show, and going behind the scenes to work on our spiritual nature, which often isn't what's on show. Do you know what I'm saying? So here's a look at Feihu again. And I hope that today you take some time to just give yourself a couple of deep breaths, find balance, think about the things that you're grateful for, and appreciate you, because you are freaking awesome.